Talk about some of the expressway driving mistakes you made. Reflect back. Talk about some of the expressway driving mistakes you made. Hey, if this is bringing you value, give us a thumbs up. I'm trying to get 10 or 20 thumbs up. We're deep. Thank you, WE Nation. How you doing? Again, type in some of the mistakes you made on the expressway or things you're learning. Limited EV charging. There are more electric semi-trucks, not necessarily in our area. And what they have a passenger in the front seat because of the Department of Transportation rules, and then the truck is driving by itself. So in case something happens, the passenger can get into the driver's seat. So we're getting there, but we're not there yet. But if we were out west, we're gonna be driving along, trucks driving by themselves, but there's a, kind of like the RoboCab, okay? But it's for trucks. Moose collisions. We don't have moose, well, we do have some moose, way up. Don't honk, don't swerve. Moose, they'll damage your car. Now in a semi-truck, it's gonna blow it up. Moose, type in how much a moose weighs, please and thank you. Type in how much a moose weighs. You're like, moose? Type in how much a moose weighs. If we were driving in Alaska, we had moose, right? Montana, moose, all right? I'm putting in what you put. A lot of you have weight. I'm going down to questions. And then certain areas of the country, they're known for pushing people through, carrying illegal. So they're gonna have a traffic search. Trucks going through Canada. They're gonna have the dogs come in and, they're gonna have the dogs come in and sniff that truck because they're hauling people, they're hauling illegal substances. So you've gotta really be careful about this. So male mooses are 800 to 1,200 pounds, that's crazy, right? And a moose anywhere from 2,500 to 5,000 pounds. Yes, go ahead. Females are around 700. So if you hit a herd of moose, you might as well say your car is blown up. Your car is blown up. Bridge strikes. You've seen some YouTube, TikTok, Instagram videos on new CDL holders going in areas, they rip the top off of a truck. And that's the truck driver's fault, that is the GPS's fault, and that is the dispatcher's fault. Because the dispatcher will give the truck driver, also along with the maps, they will give you the safest route, okay? So a lot of new truck drivers make wrong decisions, then they hit bridges, okay? Yes, go ahead, Blake. Work zone fines. I'm on your head. Slow down in the work zone, slow down. And truck drivers, if you're zoned in and you're locked in and you're trying to get to the Canadian border or you're trying to get to Vegas, you're pushing at 80. And then you just blow through a work zone, guess what? You're gonna have a state trooper pulling you over and checking your logbook. You really don't want those problems. So fines are doubled in work zones. Now we go into some questions. Number one, what is your number one tip for new drivers on I-94, I-80? What is your number one tip for new drivers? Everyone type it in. What is your tip? Your tip, okay? Give me complete sentences. What is your tip for new drivers on I-94, I-80, okay? I need you to put in, what is your tip? Think, what is your tip? Let's keep moving. What is your tip? What is your number one tip for new drivers sharing the road on the interstate, okay? You're gonna see more trucks. We drive early in the morning, we drive mid-afternoon, we're not driving mid-evening, we're not driving at night. So a lot of you will be at a disadvantage because I don't have to drive you at night. Take your time, don't follow everyone else. Thank you, We Nation. I appreciate you, We Nation. Make sure you are subscribed and following and looking at my videos. I wanna get you on a podcast with me. Keep space around cars and trucks. The next question for new drivers, which danger surprised you the most? Again, which danger surprised you the most? You got to think, what danger surprised you the most from driving? And we're talking about new drivers. It could be in the interstate. It could be on the main thoroughfare. It could be roundabouts. What danger surprised you the most? This is self-reflection. And for me as your instructor, I see more drivers riding our butt, tailgating us, following distance, amen. We're traveling at 70. We're trying to do our job, but some people are going 77. 75, 80. We saw a guy on a motorcycle doing about 100 and another car doing about 88. And they just zoomed past us. Now I cheated. I used my phone's GPS to find out the speed, but they are flying on the road. No care, no protective leather. And if a car comes over or a deer comes out, they're done. Tailgating, I think, is the biggest hazard that we see. I see more of today. And many of you as beginning drivers, you have gotten cut off. Thank you for those hearts. Let's keep that baby going. Come on. I see a lot of you have getting cut. You're getting cut off. Not because you're too slow. Well, sometimes. Not because you're too fast. Well, sometimes. Just because people don't want to be around us. And you know what? They cut us off. They cut other cars off. And then we say, you know what? They're road raging. And we're driving along, doing 50, doing 70. All of a sudden, a truck comes up in our blind spot. They're doing like 85 or 90. They cut us off. They go to the left. They tailgate. They cut to the middle. They're late. The number one reason why people speed is because they are late. A lot of you said cutoffs, pedestrian dangers, tailgating, road rage, speeding, people speeding, trucks taking off car tops. Let's keep going. For policymakers, let's think big picture. How could rest stops be improved to reduce fatigue crashes? How could rest stops be improved? Okay, a rest stop is where now, in our area, a rest stop has vending machines. You can get a hot cocoa, a coffee, you can get instant soup. You know, if you had $3 or $4, $5, that could be a meal to get you through for the next 6 hours. That could be a meal to get you through to New York or Canada or Texas or Florida. So if you have $5 or $6, you can get a whole meal, get some snacks in your car, keep you awake. I don't know if they sell energy drinks, but I know they sell different pops. Pops have caffeine. And sometimes I just need a coffee. And you know me, gotta go through drive-thru, you know me. So in some cases, you just need a coffee to get you through, because if you eat, your body's gonna start generating energy. And in some cases, when you drive, you're like, I am so hungry. You rest for 20 minutes, I am starving. You go inside, man, they got my favorite snack. Less distance in between. You usually type in how far rest stops are. Are they every 20 miles, 30 miles, 40 miles? Type in what are the benefits of rest stops? What are the bad things of rest stops? Find that, like 50 miles between. What are the good things on rest stops? What are the bad things on rest stops? Type it in. I have horrible anxiety when I drive. Okay, anxiety when you drive, gradual exposure. You want to gradually be exposed. We want to start in neighborhoods, drive on major thoroughfares. Take your time. Weird people are everywhere, okay? I drive some of you, you're weird. No, I'm joking. Right? Grace is like, yeah, okay. All you talk about is Cybertrucks, bro. Right? So, but they're different people everywhere. And you think people look like you, they look like people look, right? They allow you rest, but you have to merge back on the expressway. Thank you, Carson. You can rest, okay? You can lock your doors, let down your window, but the problem is you think you're driving and then you really don't get a deep sleep, right? Weird people, but okay, this is why you lock your doors, Sincere. They're not trying to get you, bro. You leave 1/8 of an inch. They're not trying to get you, but you always got to sleep with one eye open. It's true. It's true. They're not trying to do anything to you, right? But I think rest stops maybe may have more food selections. Rest stops reduce fatigue crashes. Thank you. I appreciate that. Because you're tired. So you go to rest for an hour, or 1 hour becomes 3 hours. You're like, oh my God, I'm late. But if your body's tired, you need to rest, right? And then my sources are the NHTSA, Large Truck Crash, Casualty Study, the FMCSA 2022 Analysis of Truck Crash Hotspots, Google Scholar Peer Review, amen. Right? Also, there needs to have more safety equipment on here, right? I'm gonna go down to the questions because I really wanna know what you're thinking. So I got some questions in here, right? How can trailers be designed to reduce under ride crashes? Meaning when your car goes under, it submarines under the rear. How can trailer designs reduce under ride crashes? Copy it, put it in, see what you find. Again, how can trailer designs reduce under ride crashes? Yes, go. Yes, 50 to 100 miles. You got to remember, a lot of my new drivers have not been out as deep as you, but I really appreciate you sharing and give this. We Nation, thank you. Do you do short haul or long haul? So we're talking about trailer designs, but here is the problem. It costs money. Type in, how much does it cost to modify the trailer designed to reduce crashes? Now, some cars go under the long part of the trailer, okay? It needs to be a piece of steel. But a lot of truck manufacturing companies, imagine if you have 100 trailers and it costs $100 or $200 per. They're not going to do all of those, right? What is the most overlooked skill for new drivers? What is the most overlooked skill for new drivers? Please put this in. Short haul, long haul? I would like to do short haul. Can you talk about your fuel costs and tires? You do both. How much are you spending in fuel? How many hours do you drive? Again, I'm not working for the government, so I'm not asking you to reveal secrets, but how many hours a day do you drive? Example, I drive 6 hours a day or 8 hours a day. I drive 3, then I take a break, recharge, hydrate, try to rest. Then I go back and drive 3, okay? Or I drive 4. I don't have to drive after class because it would just really exhaust me, right? I'm not chasing a certain number to make. I'm working smart, not hard. I'm driving about 25 students, but a lot of you are driving for a purpose. You're trying to get to a football camp. You're trying to get to a dance camp. You're trying to go to Cedar Point. Don't get stuck on the roller coaster, right? So you're going to take your friends on that trip. Defensive driving, awareness. So I asked you, what is the most overlooked skill for new drivers? I-80, I-94, awareness. Okay, I need everyone to type it in. I only see 3 or 4 people. What is the skill that is overlooked? Graham put in defensive driving, road rage. Jen had a question mark. All of you should be putting in this information. What is the most overlooked skill? Okay, I'm gonna keep it moving. How smooth someone is.